Talking, seeing if the microphone is working the way I want it to work. Not entirely sure. Gonna check on my phone. Talking, checking it out. Talking, checking it out. Oh, it sounds pretty good, actually. Surprisingly. Oh, it sounds pretty good, actually. Surprisingly. Okay. Let's try shit. So what I'm trying to do is I want to try and do a series with each of my pieces of hardware where I try and make a song or beat or something just using that piece of hardware. And I'm going to cheat a little bit, cheating already before even starting, in that I have my MicroBrute, which is what I'm going to be using today, plugged into my Chaos Pad. I'm just going to be using the Chaos Pad for effects, things like reverb and delay. And I just wanted some basic things like reverb and delay to make the songwriting process a little bit easier, the sort of rhythm, the sound making process a little bit easier if I need to. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it. I just want it as an option. And I also wanted to use a hardware effects thing rather than software, just so it was visual since I was going to be streaming. Yes. Okay. So basically, my idea for doing this is I was going to do basically recording multiple tracks of the MicroBrute because it doesn't have a recorder in itself. It has a basic sequencer, but it doesn't have like a way for me to lay down drums with it or something. Not that it has drum sounds to begin with. We have to figure that out. But anyways, this is just sort of an experiment to see and to learn about my hardware rather than just buying new shit all the time. So let's see. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to start with. I think I want to start with a basic rhythm thing, and then go from there. So gonna start with like trying to get a sort of kick or something. And so I'm just gonna mess around with settings. Yeah, I don't know, something like that. start with that, see how that is. Yeah, and I'm not entirely sure how I want to do editing and stuff. Um, um, and I also just realized that I don't have audio from my DAW. So where I'm recording all this into, going to the stream. So how do I want to do this? Well, we'll figure it out. So I have a kick sound. Hopefully that'll allow us to not use the click anymore. So getting a sort of snare or hi-hats and stuff might be a little bit challenging with this. Because there's no white noise in this synth. So we need to be more creative. So we'll probably just do high-pitched, plucky things. Yeah, maybe something like that. See how that sounds. Not bad. Do we need hi-hats? I don't even know if we need hi-hats. Yeah, something like that. Okay, get that in here. And whenever I stop, it's just to make it so I don't have to keep repeating playing it. Yeah, I think that's good enough for rhythm. I'm going to start messing around with making actual melodic elements. Something like that. see if that works. Not bad. I'm actually going to stop it right now and just check the sort of audio, see if it's. I'm actually going to stop it right now and just check the sort of audio. There's too short of a delay. Let me do that more quickly this time. Yeah, I guess that's not bad, actually. Let me know if you'd like it better than that or something. I don't know. This is also just a test, but please tell me if it's shitty. Writing melodies. For me, I always want to try and write a melody that doesn't stick to the root note too much, just because I think, I don't know, it makes the melody sound, I don't know, it's less interesting to me, I guess. So this is actually a synth that doesn't have the ability to play multiple notes at the same time. It's monophonic. I can't play chords. But using this multi-tracking thing, I could sort of make chords by holding notes down, recording a line, and then holding other notes in that chord down when I'm overdubbing. Let's see if I can do that. So I want longer. See, the thing is, I don't know what chords I want for this yet. So this technique, I sort of need to know what I'm playing beforehand. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, fuck, this bass line is already starting to bug me. Okay, fuck it. We'll just try it. Dun, dun, dun. So yeah, that was the concept. Those chord changes were way too friggin' fast, though. That would get really monotonous. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I think that speed. Oh, thank you, Mom. I am liking this though. I wasn't sure what to really expect coming into trying to make a song entirely using the MicroBrute. The drums that I have in air quotes don't sound too bad actually. Like, I mean, obviously they don't sound like real drums, but they get the job done as far as filling out the rhythmic sort of necessities. It's like the kick sounds like fine. The clap actually sort of sounds like a weird muffled clap. I could add some reverb to that, and I think it sounds like pretty convincing. And then it's like a weird sort of rim shot thing. But, and then also the other thing that I hadn't actually done in practice yet is the chords, which I didn't put any time into the sound design, but it actually it's not too bad. And then bass. And melody, which I will probably rewrite. It was just thinking around. Okay. Well, we have some interesting parts. It's definitely a short loop, so I'm gonna want to write some other parts, or just get some basic arranging going, so it doesn't become all too stale. Like having the melody alternate every other time or something, or at least one of the synths. Let's see how that sounds. Let's mute the melodies for now. I want to be able to do that with two hands. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit too awkward trying to do like filter performance while playing sitting like this. Like if I wanted to like do it well, I'd like sort of turn it sideways and. But I just don't think that I'm going to be able to record a good take in a reasonable amount of time and be happy with it. I think doing the filter sweep type stuff might have to be like post-production. So I'll just do a line and then do like a filter sweep after the fact. Yeah. Interesting concept though. It's sort of this. I think it's just this type of sound in general makes me think of LCD sound system. I think it's mainly the pitch wobble that reminds me of it. Okay. Getting back on track. We have a simple loop beat. As a chord progression, it has a bass line. As melody parts that work for it, though they are currently muted. We need to make it interesting and not just a loop, though. This sort of has a like an uplifting, like a sort of almost like a build feel to it. I don't actually have the sound recorded in yet. So one of the things to mention, just to people not really knowing or caring about what, I mean, people that aren't familiar with synth hardware or something, this is a really cheap synth that I got it particularly cheap. They were just like this really good deal. Normally they're like $300 or something, and I was able to get it for like $110 brand new, which is why I snagged it. But the important thing to sort of know about it is it's an analog synth, and it doesn't have any sort of digital presets or anything. So any sound that I make with it is because of how the knobs and sliders are in their current state. So as soon as I twist a knob, the sound is now different, and I can't like go back to old sounds I made. I just have to like remember how to get to that basic sound based on where the knobs are or whatnot. Which I feel pretty confident in my ability to get the sounds that I want when I want them, but just having to sort of keep in mind, as I don't want to find a really cool sound that I just happen upon randomly and not record it, because then I will not have it again. Okay, so I might just record some effects sounds to add in later. There's not really progressing the song is and making a new section, but just, I don't know, for filling out. And yeah. So I'll mute those for now, but anyways. Yeah. Oh, potentially it's a writer thing that I might use sometime in the future. Um, I'm just sort of filling this time with making something because I don't know what I actually want to do next. So I'm just doing little things I might or might not use later. Um, um, okay, let's see if I just like bring it all the way back down to just the drums. If I can come up with something that I think works with the rest of what we have going on. But is, I don't know, can be a B section or something, I'm not sure. So maybe a bassy type drum. How did our first bass sound? Yeah, that's triangle wave. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's sort of shit, but it's better than nothing, I think. That's so bad. Okay, I'll keep thinking. I mean, okay, so that could be potentially cool where I have a bass chord every other one. Oops, that's the recording. That's still not a B section though. That's just adding more flavor to our A section. I mean, it could be part of a B section, I guess. Well, for now, I'm gonna throw that over there and still work on a different section for this. That's interesting. Still pretty simple. Knobs and sliders indeed. Yeah, I'm not really keeping an eye on the chat, so sorry if you said that a while ago. So I just wanted to record that down because there was aspects of it that I liked. I'm probably not going to use that sound specifically, but just while it's sort of fresh, I wanted to get it down to reference later if I forget it and want it later. Let's see if we can mess around with the sound to be more interesting. Ah. Unfortunately, on this MicroBrute, the pitch wheel is sort of messed up. I would love to do some bendy, pitchy stuff, but if you do like slight pitchment, it has this weird, like, steppy thing. Well, where we're at currently. Let's listen to the chords again. stacked on what we have and see what it sounds like. Hey, what is this actually? That was a melody. Okay, yeah, now I see what this is. Okay. Oh. So when I was recording all of this, I need to make sure these cuts are in the right places. When I was recording all of this, I started like a bar late, or not at the very beginning, and so things are not lined up, but it's an easy fix. So we don't have chords for this sort of alternate section. Which will be interesting, because this is going to be our first example of not having the same sounds, because I didn't think to record all our different chord sections same sound. So we'll try and get the same sound. That's pretty close. So we had those chords, and then the second dun, 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 dun. Okay. And so if anyone's watching now, what I'm doing is I'm building chords using a monosynth. So I have to play each of the three parts of the triad individually for the progression. Yeah. So yeah, currently this is basically what we're working with, trying to make a beat, a song, just using the MicroBrute. This is the start of a series that I'm trying to do to try and maybe help me learn more tricks about the current gear I have, rather than just constantly wetting new gear. MicroBrute was super cheap and is actually pretty sick, pretty cool. Let's see how these melodies work with our new section. We might have to write a new melody as well. Oh, these are backwards. Yeah, needs a B section melody. I don't like the repeat bit. Get rid of it. killing reverb like that. I guess I could try and re-record it. See, that's the problem with recording with outboard reverb. And I'm spending way too much time on this right now. Not being creative, being technical. Ugh. That's my main struggle with my own music, is I fucking get stuck in doing technical stuff, then fall off the creative train, and then don't know what to do and abandon projects. Let's do something other than a triangle. That's weird. The square wave's not being affected by LFO pitch. Let's do the old turn off and turn back on again thing. Strange. I'm not sure why that is, actually. Also doing anything? Should default to controlling the pitch to control the filter. Why is my LFO not working? Oh, that's why. Fucking mod wheel. Okay. Okay, back to the square wave. Oh man, this has to be horrendously uninteresting to watch right now. I've been streaming now for an hour and 17 minutes, much longer than anyone would ever want to watch for. But this is mainly a test. I'm not really putting a whole lot of effort into making it entertaining for people to watch. Hopefully, I don't know, there's some. I try to talk a bit about what I'm doing. Hopefully, there's some inspirational or motivational elements. I do want to experiment around with it more. Let's just listen to all the parts that I recorded. See if there's anything that's has us excited. Oh man, there's a lot. And then it's going to be like sort of. Oh, oops. Still looping. Oh man, there's all sorts of stuff in here. Let me. I'll bring in parts one at a time, so it's not a cacophony of stuff. So. Yeah, chords. That stuff we already had. Some sound effects stuff. That's good sound effects. That's quite loud, but it's a cool riser. Okay, yeah. Anyways, we have a bunch of different pieces. Not like super happy with. I don't know. We just sort of have this one loop beat. I wanted to kind of with different sections more before I stopped feeling the sort of creative train. But yeah, I'm sort of spent right now on my melodic juice, coming up with new lines. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna stop this here, but it's cool sort of experimenting around with more live streaming stuff. And yeah, good times. Definitely learned some new shit. messing with the MicroBrute exclusively. A little bit of a lie because I did use a reverb on the chaos pad and a delay, I guess, but only for like two sounds, the like melody sounds, which I might rework anyways. Um, but anyways, that was that. um, yeah, I'll be back, and I think next time I do this, I'll probably use a different device, see what I can make on a different device. Um, I'll try and post what I end up making with what I recorded from this. Um, and anyways, thanks for anyone that has watched. Um, yeah, anyways, that will be ribbity rappity rubity. Now I'm gonna wait a few seconds for any sort of delay ending of stream. So beep 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 beep